Hi there, this is Rick from Indexicon.com. Now, at the moment, I'm dealing with a lot of manual action penalties in Google, and these are almost invariably caused by overdone keyword-rich anchor text in the inbound links. So, the purpose of this video is to show you what goes wrong. Now, to demonstrate this, I'm going to use the phrase best inflatable kayaks for lakes. That's a very long tail keyword, and you've got the kind of more authority sites like outdoorpursuits.com, theadventurejunkies.com, floatingauthority.com. These are all kind of ranking high. Bestkayaks.reviews is more of a small affiliate site. So it is possible to rank on the first page for that kind of phrase. If we look at something like best inflatable kayaks, it's a similar kind of bunch of sites that are ranking. You've got Adventure Junkies, Outside Pursuits, Kayak Critic has one there, Globo Surfer as well. And even if you go to Best Inflatable Kayak, which is actually the one with the highest search volume of that kind of keyword, I believe that has 2,400 searches a month according to SEMrush. Now even that one has the same kind of people: Outdoor Pursuits, the Adventure Junkies, Globo Surfer, Floating Authority, and this little affiliate site, bestkayaks.reviews, is there, and a few others, Kayak Critic again. So let's assume that these sites are doing something okay. Now what I've done is I've used this tool here. It's a link research tools tool called the Competitive Landscape Analyzer. And what this is for is to analyse your competition, really. Now, LRT is a little bit weird in the way that they use their own metrics, but they're not that confusing. LRT power is a bit like the old Google PageRank. That goes from 1 to 10, and that's to do with the amount of links going to your site. LRT Trust is a bit like the Majestic Trust Flow. That also goes from 1 to 10, and that's to do with the amount of trusted domains that are linking to your site. Now, what I've done here is I've got these 10 people, or domains rather, who are ranking on the first page of Google for these key phrases, and I'm also comparing it with this site called bestkayak.org. Now, bestkayak.org are ranking on about position 100 in Google, so they're obviously doing something wrong. So the idea is to compare them to the guys on the first page and actually show you what they're doing wrong and what you can do right to be on the top on the first page. Okay, so what this tool does is it produces these histograms. Now in these, the orange one is you, or in this case this is the bestkayak.org, which is the one that isn't doing very well. The dark green is the top 3 average, the mid green is the top 5 average, and the light green is the overall average. Now, a few of the interesting things here are the types of keyword in the anchor text. You can see that our one that's performing badly has way too many money rich anchor text and very few brand. Has no compound, that's a mixture of brand and money. And the other, which is the more generic, the click here, or the ones that just aren't anything to do with like money, it doesn't have hardly any of those at all. So straight away you can see that there's something wrong. Looking at the link status, you can see that it has way more no follow links and not so many follow links, so something wrong there. The link type, all of them are text links. There's no links and images, and there's no redirects. And we can see if we look at the link location, as the comments is probably their problem. They probably have a lot of comment spam. But even if we look at the deep link ratio, then we can see that the majority of the links are going to inner pages, and very few are going to the home page, which is unusual. Looking at the country where the links come from, 93% come from the US, which may or may not be problematic. What I want to do is have a look at the guys who are ranking on the front page of Google. So I've made this filter slice called notbestkayak.org, which excludes the guy who was on position 100. So what I'm doing here is looking at the people who are ranking on the first page of Google for the phrase best inflatable kayaks for lakes. Now, one thing that does spring to mind is if you think you have to be a massive authority to rank on the first page, it's not true. Thrill Appeal, they have 152 referring route domains, and they're on the same page as TripSavvy, who have 147,000. So that's something to bear in mind. Now, obviously, you can see there's no orange bars here because I've taken out the result that isn't performing very well. So what I'm interested here is what the actual anchor text is. So let's say how many sites actually have the phrase best inflatable kayaks for lakes, and the answer is none. Okay, so let's see how many have the anchor text best inflatable kayaks. Okay, so we're talking about 24 links here that have best inflatable kayaks in the anchor text. Now let's change that to the exact phrase best inflatable kayaks. So Outdoor Pursuits have 6 links linking to them with that exact phrase. Now, what also might be of interest, if we were to look at the actual type of link, you can see that's no follow, that's no follow. That's a follow link from evansriverkayaks.com. This one is no follow, that's a follow. So you see what I mean? You've actually got only 2 follow links with the actual phrase best inflatable kayaks out of 61,879 total links that we're looking at. So as links going to outsidepursuits.com with the phrase best inflatable kayaks, you are talking about 6 links. Now, this is out of the 3,647 links that outdoorpursuits.com have. So as a percentage, we're not talking 10% of the links, we're not talking 1% of the links, we're talking 0.16% of the links with that actual phrase in to rank on page 1. And bear in mind that everybody else who was on that page as well didn't even have that as anchor text. Now what I want to do now is talk about the word best being used in the anchor text. So to do this, I'm going to exclude all the links that link to images. At the moment there's loads of those image aggregators that people don't build the links like that, they just appear and they're quite spammy. So what I've done, I've made this filter slice here that excludes URL that doesn't rank and JPEGs, GIFs, PNGs and JPG files. So that leaves these, and now what I'm looking for is anchor text that contains the word best and kayak in them. So what have we got here? We've got 218 links out of 61,800 that have the words best and kayak in. Now what's that as a percentage? So what we're looking at here is something like 0.35% of the anchor text has the word best and kayak in it, which is incredible. It's way less than most people think it would be. And remember, these are the sites that are ranking on the first page of Google. And if we're talking about the actual phrase best kayak, so an anchor text that contains best kayak, and that includes best kayaks as well, you're talking about 80 links out of 61,000, which is 0.129%. And this is quite amazing. If you look at the phrase best kayak, exactly that phrase, nobody has that as an anchor text. Now I've got a couple of screenshots here from a site that had a manual penalty that I fixed in October 2017, and look at this. You can see it had anchor text of best kayak, best kayaks, best fishing kayaks, best, it's the word best all over the place. It was just really, really heavy on the word best. Top reviews as well, all that kind of thing. This really doesn't work anymore, and Google don't like it. And what's even worse, if you look at the actual breakdown that this site had of the type of anchor text, it was just way heavy in money anchor text and really low in brand. So I think what you need to learn from this is that in 2018 and beyond, I believe, you really don't need money type keywords in the anchor text for your inbound links. It's certainly possible that a few might happen randomly, even naturally, but you really are talking a massively low percentage. The old SEO days of just going best kayak and best inflatable kayak on tons of Web 2.0 properties, or even blogs or PBNs, that kind of thing, those days are thoroughly over in my mind. Now, these percentages do vary depending on the niche, the language, the country that you're targeting, so don't take my percentages as gospel, but it certainly gives you an idea of what you should be thinking. A lot of people say, oh, I'll keep my money keywords down to sort of less than 10%. Even that's not low enough. Now, if you think about it, Google know what all the money keywords are because they run AdWords, and people buy AdWords with those money key phrases that they want to rank for. And, you know, some phrases like probably best inflatable kayak, people are probably prepared to pay quite a lot of money for a click on that phrase. So Google know what the money keywords are, and when they see that as an anchor text, that's going to flag things up, and that's why people get manual penalties. Anyway, hopefully this will stop you getting a manual penalty, but if you do get one, come to me and I'll help you sort it. Okay, thanks for watching, and do subscribe if you want to see more like this.